After completing his trades within Ayu's group, Qin Feng reviewed his new loot and skills. He had obtained a gold tier skill book, Silent Stealth. It allowed him to enter stealth at his current location, and as long as he did not attack or move, he would remain in stealth indefinitely. If he attacked, he dealt an additional 300 stealth breaking damage. Cooldown was 120 seconds. Required level was 13. This skill did not just enhance his stealth. What was even more insane was that, if used in real life, combined with the invincibility frame upon entering the game, he could completely disappear in reality. Invisibility with no time limit. Real-world privacy concerns had just skyrocketed. He evolved it to Epic, spending 11 evolution points. The stealth-breaking bonus damage increased to 800, and the cooldown dropped to 60 seconds. He still had evolution points left. He evolved Poison Dagger to Epic, spending 34 points. Range increased to 20 meters. Bonus physical damage to 400, and the poison damage over time reached 100% per second for 5 seconds. Then he spent 200 points to evolve Grace Unsealed from Legendary to Mythic. Weak point correction increased to plus 300%, and the active Slit Throat effect now dealt 200% of the attack's damage per second for 3 seconds. Cooldown dropped to 15 seconds, further reduced to 9.7 seconds with his stats. As expected of a Mythic tier skill, unless it was some special monster, every hit now became a weak point attack. Every hit a critical. The game's balance team had officially given up. He also acquired a new necklace, Liar's Pendant, Platinum tier assassin accessory. It granted plus 45 physical attack, plus 20 strength, plus 20 constitution, and a unique effect of plus 1 stealth level. Requirement was level 13. With his gear and skills combined, he now had level 4 stealth. At this stage, no one could counter his stealth. He also had Veil of Shadow, a gold tier equipment that boosted his dodge rate to 83%. Nearly unhittable and completely invisible, Shadow was becoming a problem with no solution. As he prepared to leave, he noticed a commotion in the distance. He stopped and tried to take a look at the source. For his location, he saw a massive monster towering over its surrounding buildings. The steel senses had appeared in the Jianghe ruins. He wondered who was crazy enough to trigger that boss. In his previous life, over 1,000 players had participated in the raid against her, and the total death count exceeded 4,000. She was the guardian of the church sanctum, the second largest sanctuary in the Jianghe ruins. Originally, he had planned to deal with Qion Chi before tackling this boss, but since she had appeared now, he would just take her down. Priorities: Goddess first, Heiress second. He leaped to a building to assess the current situation. From a vantage point, he could see a group of players engaging the steel sense. Engaging would be a flattering description. More like players and dropping like flies. Qin Feng noted that they were way too arrogant to fight the steel senses at this early point of the game. Then he spotted someone familiar. Chen Wuming, a hidden class Templar Knight, an old friend who had fought him for 9 years in his previous life, with no definitive winner. This guy was sly and deceitful. Every time he was about to lose, he would pull some dirty trick and run away. In the previous life, the steel senses had been taken down by Chen Yuming's guild, Knight's Sanctum. That was why players used to say the West belongs to Blade God, the East belongs to Knight's Sanctum. They each ruled the western and eastern zones of Zhenghai's ruins. The guild Knight's Sanctum had made all new recruits sign slave-like contracts from the start, guaranteed safety, but with a 50% tax on lifespan. Most members were just black slaves serving the top-tier elite fighters of the guild. Chen Wuming's business model: protection for half your soul. Not exactly a charity, Qin Feng thought to himself. Perfect timing. Chen Wuming, this time you would not escape. He moved in. Dark Knight Ringblade. Players fell. The system notification scrolled. He had killed several players from Chen Wuming's group. Names after names. Shia Ama Sufan, Zhao Yuya, bad friend. Lei Mo Ye all dies in a single move. Chen Wuming shouted, asking what the hell was going on. Who did this? Was it Shadow? They had no beef with him. Why did he kill their people? A voice answered, because I don't eat beef. The confusion on their faces was probably spectacular. Then Qin Feng struck again. Instant shadow slash. He followed up with Curse of Blooming Flower. Back at the resurrection point, Chen Wuming screamed, cursing Shadow and asking what beef had to do with them. Another cried out that their tradable lifespan had just hit 0. The group's president realized it had to be that damn skill of Shadow's. Someone suggested gathering the team to fight back, but the president called him an idiot and asked if he was tired of living. They would just retreat and power up elsewhere, making up the lost lifespan. Sound tactical retreat, also known as running for their lives. Nearby, Qin Xiaoyou stared with tears flowing down, her lifespan nearly completely drained. Muttered to himself, why was Shadow targeting her? Among the fallen, Qin Feng noticed a familiar name, Xiaoyou. The curse had absorbed only 4 days of tradable lifespan and 1 year of non-tradable lifespan from her. That girl just now was that Qin Xiaoyou. Only that little lifespan was absorbed, which meant she had hit rock bottom. So she had joined Knight's Sanctum as a black slave. He scoffed, served her right. The sister who had betrayed him now worked as an indentured servant for his old rival. Karma had a sense of humor. He turned his attention back to the steel set. He calmly dodged an attack using faint ghost shadow while explaining the boss's mechanics. The boss's first phase was not too hard. All it did was swing its chain blades repeatedly. He used graceful release, followed by slit throat, dealing devastating damage. Numbers flashed: 7,551, 7,536, 7,152, and another slit throat for an extra 7,536 damage. The boss roared angrily. The reason it was a guardian boss was because of its terrifying second phase. Once its health hit half, the demon sealed within would awaken. It reflected all damage it received back to the attacker equally. A mirror match against a boss with a health bar measured in the hundreds of thousands. Fun. There was also a rumor that the demon's stomach contained a portal. Anyone eaten by it was supposedly teleported somewhere unknown, rumored to be the bottom of a volcano. But in the last life, no one ever confirmed this. He suspected some idiot had just mixed up lore from another game. Shadow, the lore expert and skeptic.
Hope you enjoyed the recap. Smash that like button if you did, and subscribe for more. See you next time.